Saudi Arabia's aviation industry is booming. Flynas and flyadeal are the two biggest players in the low-cost market. But while most passengers just see a cheap fare, the real experience, from booking to boarding, is a total unknown until you're already there. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain and taking the battle to the skies. I'm flying both airlines, rating each one in 5 key categories to give them a final flyman score and find out who is the true king of Saudi budget travel. And the winner might not be who you expect. I'm starting my journey today right here in Jeddah, the home hub of flyadeal. Well, it's my first ever time flying with them, so join me to see what it's like. It's around 20 minutes to get here by car from Jeddah Corniche, or at least 35 minutes from Al Balad, depending on traffic. Most low-cost airlines operate out of the North Terminal here at Jeddah, which is the much older and smaller terminal. But since flyadeal is owned by Saudia, they get the benefit of using the brand new, shiny Terminal 1. There were practically no queues at check-in, although as a low-cost airline, airport check-in comes with a 30 Riyal fee. That's only about $8, which is much better than the $50 most European low-cost carriers charge. Either way, free is better, so I checked in using the mobile app this morning, which was pretty straightforward. Booking the flight online was just as smooth. They do pester you for extras, but it's easy enough to decline. I booked the base fare for 199 Riyals, that's about $53, and the extras come in at 29 Riyals for a larger 10-kilo cabin bag, 95 Riyals for a 20-kilo checked luggage, and seat selection is between 25 and 105 Riyals. I think this pricing is pretty fair. And before I go through security, I've got one quick mission. Last time I was here, I really wanted to see the aquarium, but it turns out it's not in departures, but in the arrivals hall. So, someone left me a comment saying that if I go downstairs, I should be able to... Oh, I've just seen it. Okay, here we go. This is so cool. It's more impressive than I was expecting, but my flight to Riyadh won't wait, so let's get back upstairs. After clearing security, you've got endless duty-free shopping, sit-down restaurants, fast food options, and if you're looking for an aesthetic Instagram pic, Ada is your spot. Alright, let's talk about the lounges here. Since Saudi is a dry country, I already know I failed the champagne side quest, so I had an X to the scoreboard. So I've just realized the domestic and international departures here in Terminal 1 are completely separated. So I don't have access to the lounge I wanted to go to, and there's no contract lounges here, just airline lounges. So I'm stuck in the terminal, but I found these lovely recliners. So I'm going to chill here until boarding and enjoy the views of the airport operations. Alright, time to head to the gate. And since we've got a few minutes before boarding starts, let me give you a quick overview on flyadeal. Flyadeal was established in 2016 and started flying on Saudi Arabia's National Day in 2017. It acts as the low-cost arm of its parent company, Saudia. The 38-strong fleet is composed entirely of A320s, although they are expecting their first wide-body A330 in 2027. Flyadeal serves an extensive network of domestic flights and flies to a small number of neighboring international destinations. So let's get on board and see what flyadeal is really about. Boarding started from gate A5 today, and the second I had to head down an escalator, I knew I was getting hit with the dreaded bus gate. And here's the 6-year-old A320 we're taking to the capital. I'm not sure how I feel about the purple and yellow combo, but the cabin definitely feels modern and fresh. I'm in seat 27F today, and the first thing I'm noticing is how tight the legroom is here. The seat pitch is 71 centimeters or 28 inches, which is right at the bottom end of legroom in the industry. Otherwise, the seat feels like your classic low-cost carrier slimline seat. Not much padding, and even though you can recline, it barely makes a difference. It's only a 2-hour flight today, so I reckon I'll manage. And it looks like boarding's almost complete, so let's get to the runway.
food trolley made its way down the aisle about 20 minutes after takeoff. The onboard menu has a selection of sandwiches, light snacks, and drinks, but if you pre-order online, you can get a hot meal, so I had to go for a Saudi traditional dish, the chicken bukhari. This was 38 riyals and an extra 2.5 for a bottle of water, for a total of 40.5 riyals. I thought it tasted good, the side sauces were a nice touch, and they did not skimp on the chicken, so protein intake remains high. The meal also came with an apple juice included, just try not to spill it everywhere like me. Once the water and apple juice fills your bladder, there's a toilet at the front and 2 at the back of the plane.
It's a pretty standard plane toilet. I don't know what else to add, so let's get back to my seat.
This is a proper low-cost carrier. There's no in-flight entertainment, no Wi-Fi connectivity, and no charging at your seat.
We're coming on to 2 hours and we've just started our descent into Riyadh. Apart from spilling juice all over myself, the food was good. The seat itself is fine. I think it's okay for short domestic hops, but anything longer, I mean, it is a slimline seat. It's not like the comfiest thing, but it's fine for a short flight like this. So let's get on the ground, and then next I'll be flying with Flynas. That's flyadeal's competitor, and we'll see which is the best Saudi low-cost airline. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win.
And just like that, we'd started our descent into Riyadh. This means it's time to give flyadeal a flyman score. But first, make sure to like this video if you're enjoying it so far. Pre-flight, booking online was easy, as was check-in. They've got a great home at Jeddah T1 in the new modern terminal, but the bus gate boarding brings them down to a 6. Seat and cabin. It's not the most comfortable seat, legroom is very low, but the cabin was new and clean, it's still a 6. In-flight amenities, well, there's none at all, so 0. Food and service, the meal was tasty, price was okay, and crew were friendly, I'll give them a 7 here. Value, the pricing was excellent for a flight of this length, but literally everything is a payable extra, so 7. That means flyadeal gets a flyman score of 26. I only had a day here in Riyadh, so I didn't want to spend that time queuing up for ages in the airport to get a SIM card, getting my passport scanned, and trying to compare pricing from different providers.
Thankfully, today's video sponsor, eSIM.io, helped me avoid all of that hassle. From the second I landed, I could start using the internet straight away and know exactly what I was going to pay. This is still the same eSIM I had from a previous trip, because with the One SIM feature, I just need to install the eSIM once onto my phone and I can use it for all future travels.
I've used the pay-as-you-go feature before, but you can also buy time-based plans per country or region. So the more data you purchase, the lower the price per gigabyte will be.
I could buy a plan just for Saudi Arabia, but since I'm traveling around the Middle East at the moment, there's a regional plan that covers the Middle East, which I can use across 11 countries in this case.
And of course, depending on where you're traveling, you can get plans for Europe, Asia Pacific, Latin America, you get the idea.
So use my code FLYMAN5 for $5 off and download the eSIM.io app right now onto your phone to stay connected and simplify your travels. Download the eSIM.io app, use code FLYMAN5 and get $5 off. Easy. I'm here in Riyadh where Flynas are headquartered, and I'm outside Terminal 1 of King Khalid International Airport where their international flights depart from. Right now, I need to get inside because it's like 45 degrees out here.
It was a quick 25-minute drive from Al Ulayya, the commercial core of Riyadh, where you can find the iconic Kingdom Center.
I'm flying over to Dubai today, which is another 2-hour flight. I've already got my mobile boarding pass, but Flynas doesn't charge you for airport check-in, so it's got a point of a flyadeal already, and let's see how the rest of it goes.
My ticket today cost me 249 riyals, or around $66, and as always, I've booked the cheapest base fare. A 7-kilo cabin bag was included, it's 153 riyals for a 20-kilo checked bag, and seat selection ranges from 16 to 121 riyals. Ticket pricing is similar to flyadeal, but a checked bag is 50% more expensive, and the seat selection range starts lower, but also ends higher. One thing to watch out for, the Flynas site pre-selects so many extras, you have to be careful to uncheck everything to not pay extra, which is a bit user hostile.
I've actually flown Flynas once before, but in premium class, so today will be my first time flying with them in economy, so let's get through security and experience it together.
There's this cool water feature at the center of the terminal. Of course, the typical duty-free section, although this is the only shopping available. I also didn't think there were that many dining options for an international terminal. It was limited to just a few coffee shops.
I love the architecture here with the tiered roof design. It looks so cool. It's bright, it's open, it's airy, there's so much natural light. But I want to go check out the lounge, and hopefully I can get in one this time.
The Plaza Premium Lounge is up one level and is shaped like a large ring around the central block. One end has a bunch of seating to relax, and the other end has the food buffet. Lots of hot options here like butter chicken, soups, there's pastries, a massive sweets section, and a drinks fridge.
It's pretty nice up here. I'm chilling on the sofa, I'm having some foods, but you'll notice one thing. I'm sitting on a Pepsi, and that can only mean one thing. Add another X to the scoreboard.
Boarding is starting soon, so let's get down to the gates and find our plane for today.
I can see boarding is just about to start, so let me tell you quickly about Flynas.
The airline was founded in 2007, originally operating as Naz Air before rebranding to Flynas. Its fleet of 65 aircraft is mainly composed of A320 family aircraft, but they have recently started taking deliveries of the A330. Its network covers over 70 destinations across Europe, Africa, and Asia. It's also ranked as the #1 low-cost airline in the Middle East by Skytrax.
But we only care about the flyman score here, so let's get on board and find out the truth.
There were so many Flynas planes connected to jet bridges, and as always, I seem to be cursed with getting assigned bus gates. Just ahead, I could see the 5-year-old A320neo we'd be flying on today. Here's a quick look at the premium class seats, which is basically just economy with the middle seat blocked, although they do have these nice headrests. I'm all the way back in seat 27F again today.
There's no headrest for me back here in regular class. The seat feels a bit harder than flyadeal yesterday, but there's way more legroom.
Compared to flyadeal's minuscule 71 centimeters of seat pitch, Flynas has 76 for you to play with. I'd say it's still on the lower side of average, but for a low-cost carrier, it's fine. I'll be honest, despite the appearance of extra padding, the seat feels harder than flyadeal. You do get a much better level of recline here though, so there's that.
Enough about that, let's get in the sky and see what the service is like.
It's a pretty similar selection of sandwiches and snacks from the in-flight magazine, and just like last time, you'll need to pre-order if you want a hot meal. Once the trolley reached me, about 40 minutes after takeoff, I had the chicken tikka makhni and a bottle of water for 42 riyals 50. 2 riyals more than the previous flight, but those 2 riyals seem to make all the difference. This is a way more complete meal with a salad, bread roll, and dessert, alongside the main course, which was really tasty actually. This was one of the better economy plane meals I've had. Now for the toilet check.
As usual, these are pretty standard plane toilets. They look fairly clean, but they are definitely a bit smaller than yesterday.
Back at my seat, I killed a bit of time watching videos on my phone. Flynas has no in-flight entertainment and no Wi-Fi. Apparently Wi-Fi is being rolled out over the next year or so, but I can't give points for something that's not here yet. There's also no charging at all, so both airlines are matching in offering 0 amenities.
I know this has nothing to do with comfort, but I much prefer the style and color of the cabin here. The darker seating makes it look much sleeker and more modern. I think it looks better than the purple of flyadeal yesterday. What's your opinion?
I didn't get the views of Dubai I was hoping for with the hazy weather, but I did catch a quick glimpse of Zayed International when flying over Abu Dhabi and Sharjah waterfront on our descent. Now that we've touched down, let's give Flynas a flyman score and see which of the 2 airlines takes the Saudi low-cost crown.
But first, don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know in the comment which airline you preferred. And if you've been on one, I want to hear about your experience.
Pre-flight. The booking site used dark patterns, check-in was fine though, airport was nice, and more bus gates. I'm saying 5. Seat and cabin. Cabin was modern, legroom is average, good recline, but the seat was really not comfortable. I've got to say 5. In-flight amenities. Just like the last flight, nothing here, so that's another 0. Food and service. The meal was really tasty, price was good, and crew also friendly, 8. Value. The pricing was decent for this route, and the cabin bag is included, so 7. This gives Flynas a flyman score of 25. With a very close score of 26 against 25, that means flyadeal gets to wear the Saudi low-cost crown.
So that's it for today. You can watch more videos here in the low-cost battle series, and otherwise, till next time.